The year 2023 was super weird for the CS community that invested in various items. At the beginning of the year, there were lots of cool updates and opportunities, giving many of us high hopes for a profitable year. Can say the same for the middle and end of the year though, as lots of folks got burned or miscalculating their chances. This video is all about revisiting and breaking down all the happenings in the invested market, and also catching a bit of nostalgia for CSGO and its latest tournaments. But before we get started with the video, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell so you won't miss any upcoming videos. This lets me know that you're into the investment topic, which motivates me even more to keep bringing you content like this. And here we go. The 10th of January was a pretty bizarre yet great time for those who invested in PGL Stockholm 2021 capsules. Out of nowhere, the Moose Sports stickers price almost tripled. And no, this wasn't related to the announcement of CS2 since that happened much later. Of course, we're talking about the Holo and Gold stickers, peaking from $50 to $229 respectively. This surge also pulled up the capsule prices, but they hit their peak only towards the end of the March. Also, this month witnessed two significant events. The first one is a Qatari user became the first and only person to reach level 5000 on Steam, having spent around $400,000 to get there. The second one is the YouTuber Sparkless became the second person ever to unbox a Souvenir R8 Revolver Bone Mask from a case, and what's more, the float value of this skin was half of that of the previous one. In February, the latest case as for now, the Revolution case, was released. It came out of the 9th of February, and within a week, it caused quite a stir in the community. This was due to the AVP Doodle Lore skin, which was used without the original artist's permission. Many anticipated a repeat on the M4A4 Owl incident, but those thoughts quickly faded as Valve decided to simply replace it with the AVP duality. No one really made a profit from this situation, as the only chance to do so was for those who sold the skin before it got replaced. This case was also notable for its release timing, which coincided with when everyone was expecting a new operation. Those who had saved money for the operation started investing it in these cases instead, leading to the first wave of price increases for cases. Anyone following the pattern of previous case releases knows how big of a deal this is, as all previous cases had initially dropped in price and stayed low. Additionally, on February 22nd, the Rio capsules, which had been added back in 2022, disappeared from the store. They were available for 113 days, 71 of which were discounts, setting a record at that time. March turned out to be quite eventful. The case price surge that started earlier came to an end at the beginning of the month, followed by a market correction. On March 16, we hit the bottom of this wave, but overall the situation remained unchanged. No new content was added to the game, so case prices started to rise again. Then on March 22nd, an event happened that shocked everyone. You could hear about it when you'd never played CS. That day, the trailer for CS2 was released. Although there have been talks about the development of a new game on Twitter for a while, it was at this time that the first beta version passes started being issued. It was incredible. Everyone wanted to get it and try out the new version of the game. This raised the question, what would happen to old skins? But everyone was quickly reassured that all inventory would be transferred to the new game. Another question was how the old skins would look in CS2. YouTube videos became popular showcasing and reviewing each skin separately. Thanks to the Sword 2 engine, some skins started looking way cooler. After all the hype surrounding the release of CS2, the second wave of case price increases began, peaking on April 16. However, right after this peak there was a decline, and nothing similar was seen for the rest of the year. This downturn was expected as the major was approaching and players needed to prepare their balances for capsule purchases. On April 21st, without any announcement or apparent reasons, the Anubis collection appeared in the store. This was the first time that collection skins were available for direct purchase in the store. The most popular skin turned out to be the AVP Black Nile, which won the hearts of many players with its beauty and affordable price. May was dominated by just one event, the Paris Major. It was the last major in CSGO, making it extraordinarily significant for each participating team, as the winner would go down in history. This tournament showed us that it's not just the top 10 HLTV teams that have a chance at victory. Many teams emerged, providing stiff competition to the best ones. For instance, G2, considered one of the favorites, got knocked out in the group stage with 0-3 score. Meanwhile, teams like Mountain, Gamer Legion, which had seriously considered, made it out of the group stage with 3-1 score. By the way, let me know in the comments which match was the most memorable for you. For me, it was Navi vs Monte. It was a face-off between two Ukrainian teams, with Someday Young playing for Monte, who was previously kicked from the team due to poor results. Overall, they lost 2 matches to the finalists of this major. After the major final, everyone was anticipating discounts on capsules, but before that we received several interesting updates for the CS2 beta test. One notable update was the new buy menu, which elicited a lot of emotions from the players. Some liked the update, while others begged for the old menu to be brought back. I think many of you are still not used to the new one. Also, the map Mirage was added to CS2. However, everyone was expecting a revamped version of it, which had been anticipated since CSGO days. But what we got was the same old map that many had grown tired of. On 10th June, changes were made to the in-game drop system. From then on, cases could only be obtained only a week by leveling up your CS profile. Now you need to actively play to get your reward, which directly affected case farms. The number of cases on the trading platform noticeably decreased by about 100,000 units, but overall this didn't really affect their price. On 21st June, the long-awaited discounts on capsules began. Everyone understood that the rise in the value of these capsules would take a long time, but didn't realize just how long it would be. July didn't bring any particularly exciting events. The most interesting thing that happened this month was the wave of bans indicated by red signs, or rather the end of this wave, which actually started back in March, so we can now assess the total losses. The majority of these bans were issued for activities or gambling websites. It seems that many big traders were careless enough to use such roulette sites for trading. The total value of ban accounts amounted to more than $9 million. Additionally, in CS2, updated version of Overpass and Vertigo maps were released. In August, the market didn't experience any major situation, as all news and discussion topics revolved around CS2. This wasn't surprising, given the beta version of the game was no longer NS exclusive. By that time, approximately 60% of the community had already gained access. The excitement around the new game was expected to continue until its official release. As for the update, something happened that people had joked about for years: bomb inspection. While the inspection animation for the Zeus confirmed to everyone that skins would be added for this type of weapon, it raised the question: does this mean we might also see skins for the bomb? As for now, there are no bomb skins, but we can't be sure what Big Boss Gabe has in store for us. Additionally, the map pool was updated with 2 new maps, which in reality only received enhanced water graphics. This update was more of a subtle touch rather than a major overhaul, but it still contributed to a fresher look for the game. In September, everyone was eagerly anticipating the release of the new game, as Valve had promised its launch by the end of the summer. However, as we all know, developers rarely stick to their deadlines, so the release date remained a mystery. Still, September brought us plenty of updates, and on September 21st, the official CS2 Twitter account began teasing the audience with its post. The community was expecting an open beta version, which would have made sense considering its all imperfections. But things didn't go as expected. Instead, we got the official launch of CS2, which completely replaced CSGO. The reactions were mixed, as Valve started rolling out even more updates after the release, but there were just as many problems. The market reacted to these developments, but this one short-lived. Additionally, the Paris Major capsules, which were removed in CSGO, reappeared in CS2. The 6th of October turned out to be a real celebration for investors, and I bet some even had tears in their eyes. On this day, all content related to the Paris Major was finally removed from the game. These items had been in the store for a record-breaking 154 days. There is a video on our channel where we delve into the situation with these capsules. To put it briefly, what was needed most was patience. November didn't stand out with any significant events. At the beginning of the month, there was a decline in market prices, but by mid-month, prices had more or less stabilized. This wasn't surprising, given that it had been a month and a half since the game release, and the online player count had dropped by 2,500,000. There were many reasons for its decline, some of which remain unchanged. Overall, a downturn in the market and community was evident, as no new content had been added to the game since its release. No new cases, operations, or majors. December didn't differ much from November. There were no notable situations in the market and no major updates. The one thing that made this month memorable for me was that my channel surpassed 100 subscribers. While it's a small number, it's incredibly significant for me and my channel. I want to thank everyone who subscribes and likes my videos. It means a lot to me. There are many plans and expectations for the upcoming year, both for the channel and for investing in CS2. So let's hope that 2024 won't disappoint us and will bring many new emotions and opportunities. That's all for now. Thank you everyone who watched this video till the end. See you in the next one. Bye bye!